Hello and welcome back to the 9th episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm Adam, or the Rubik's Cubed.
I'm Daniel Goodman, or DG Cubes.
I'm Avocado, or #Cuber.
I'm Allison Lee, or the Programming Cuber.
Alright, and today we have a very special guest. We have Andrew on from ColorfulPockets.
Hi. Is that good, right?
I think that's the best introduction we've had so far.
That's pretty good.
It's up there. Alright. So as per usual, we're going to get right into the questions that you guys left down below. So let's get started.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
Okay.
Before we get to questions, did you guys know that I actually, that Allison and I, we've actually known each other for, like, a long time before, like, either of us were even doing, like, cubing?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Wait, what?
Who wants to tell the story?
So, alright, I guess I can start. So, I think it was, like, 2010.
Ava, stop laughing.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys heard of Philactic?
No.
It's
Alright,
it's
so-
basically stamp collecting.
Yeah. Allison and I were both at a Philactic competition.
Wait.
Yeah, so, like, back in the day, Allison and I were both, like, sort of, like, at top of our age categories in, Philactic, like, competitive Philactic.
I was like 8. I was in like the 7,
Yeah, I
8
was-
category.
Yeah, I was, like, 11 or 12. And we were both, like, expected favorites. Like, everyone was expecting us to win.
Yeah.
This, like, it was a pretty big competition. But neither of us did win.
It was pretty depressing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we were knocked out of the tournament pretty early, so we
Yeah.
ended up doing like this unofficial team competition thing where there were no like age brackets that some other people at the comp just organized, and we ended up on the same team.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we didn't
So,
realize we were like the same people until recently, because
Yeah.
stamp collectors have aliases. So like I was Asian Invasion, and I believe he was like I don't remember his.
I was the stamp man.
wait. Am I missing something here?
What?
Like,
What?
is this gonna turn out to be some really elaborate pun or something?
What?
No,
Yeah.
we realized it recently. We were like
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
and we were like, wait a minute, you're that
Yeah.
Allison Lee?
Yeah.
Wait. Are you? This is
What?
actually real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
we,
wouldn't it be?
we
You're
realized
sta-
we did
You're
stamp.
stamp collectors?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really do it much anymore, but like back
Yeah.
in the day.
Because after I started cubing, it was just like,
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something, but I guess we'll just continue, right?
Or just continue. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So we have our two philatelists here.
Yep.
Um,
Nice.
okay. Adam, I guess you can ask the first question.
Okay. Okay. Spotty asks, what's your favorite feeling of a cube? Like, as in smooth, buttery, crunchy, etc.
Churchy.
Oh.
It's churchy.
She wrote churchy.
Yeah,
She
churchy,
meant
and then
Yeah.
ECT instead of ETC.
ECC.
Ect.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say I kind of like smooth cubes, like
Yeah,
the
I like
L1
smooth.
V1.
I'm cool.
I
with
love that
smooth.
feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would also like crispy too, because I'd have liked crispy cubes in the past, but
Okay, so for me that kind of depends, because the cube I like using the most is smooth, but the cube I actually like turning the most is like really kind of clicky and blocky. But I'm not very good with it, so I don't know.
I like my cubes how I like my bacon. Crispy and fast.
you like your bacon
This is
fat.
already. We're 5
This is-
minutes in, and this is already the weirdest podcast we've done.
Why did I sign up for this?
Okay, I guess I'll read the next one. So the next question is from Chiggin Cubing. In which event is hardware the most important? I guess I'll start. I would say clock. Anyone else?
Squan.
The
I
question
can
is,
agree
what
with
is-
that.
What event is the hardest?
No, what event is hardware the most important?
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna say clock, because, like, it's really important that you have a good one if you want to get good.
I would say
that's
Squan.
true.
I mean, like, every.
Squan, too, yeah, that's a
yeah,
good point.
square one is, yeah.
Feet?
Meh.
Feet is
Actually,
like,
maybe not.
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
disagree with
no.
that. I take it back.
sorry, FMC.
Yeah.
You need to have a really good pencil and paper and
That's
three
true.
really
is
nice
true.
cubes, you know? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when this becomes
Yep.
a WCA event, egg, that's gonna
Oh,
be really hardware's
yeah.
gonna be
Yes,
really
definitely.
important.
Egg hardware
Definitely.
is
Yeah.
the most important.
What egg do
Yeah.
you use?
You gotta make sure you have the organic ones.
Yep.
Yes.
I use ostrich egg.
I actually
I'm
prefer.
I use
around-
platypus egg.
I'm looking around my room trying to find like a puzzle that is like requires good hardware.
Yeah,
But then
Same,
I,
yeah, you just,
then
like,
I
look
remembered I
around
don't
at
do
every
any dumb events
WCA
like that, so
I mean,
yeah, Squan and Clock, I guess, I would say are the two
Yeah,
main ones.
yeah.
But, like, I don't know, the other ones you could probably get by with stuff.
I mean
Yeah.
honestly now like Squan, like now that there's the Chi and stuff,
I
feel
guess
like
kind
that's
of
kinda
Megaminx,
changing.
but not as much as Clock or Squan.
No, I can't really agree with you on that. I feel like most
Mm.
Megaminxes can be made good.
Yeah.
I
What?
guess,
What?
but a lot of them are like locky and so I don't know.
Megaminx kind of,
Yeah.
but what
about-
Andrew was saying.
What about 3x3?
3x3? No, because there's
No.
it's
There's,
oversaturated.
yeah, there's
at
too
this point.
many to.
Mm.
It's like
Yeah, but it's still important that you have good hardware.
well, I mean you can kind of make that argument for anything though. Like you
Yeah.
can say
Yeah.
that hardware is important for 2x2. Have you ever tried using a Rubik's brand? Like
Yeah. I mean,
I
was
think it's just
taking
the
it
fact
more
that
like,
there's like so many 3x3s. It's hard to not have good hardware.
Yeah.
yeah.
And-
I was taking it more like where, like, out of the amount there are, like, how important it is to have a certain
Yeah.
one or something.
oh, then like clock.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, Clock and Squan, pretty much.
I think I would say Clock out of that because with Squan there's pretty much only one option now, but it is pretty good. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
about that,
Yeah.
like
No,
I think
yeah, I'd say
as
Squan.
like you have the YJ Guanlong Squan coming out soon, and like as
Yeah.
those new Squans
Oh, yeah.
get released that start competing with each other, other than just Chi, then it'll become less and less more hardware important, And
Yeah.
with
Once that becomes a thing, I would say Clock.
Yeah.
and I think they Squan manufacturers need to doing what the Cubicle was doing with like preventing stripped cores and stuff like that. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my cheese Squan has a stripped core.
You know, you can make like any clock feel really good.
That's true, I guess. Like, there are some
Is
good
it?
Lingos.
Yeah, there are a lot of good Lingaos and Bai Tais and Cube Twists and
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, then maybe hardware just doesn't matter at all. In
I mean,
anything.
I guess you could make the argument that like lubing and like or not lube. I don't know what you do to a clock, but setting up counts as part of the hardware.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, I mean, I have a good Rubik's brand 3x3, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
use it as my main, though. I don't know.
This
Okay.
is more general, but I know it's not a WCA event. But as far as like modding goes, that like hardware is probably one of the more important things with that sort of stuff. Like
Ooh, that's true.
I'm making.
yeah.
I just started making a series, like a tutorial series for sticker mods, and the first episode was about hardware, like the whole thing.
Huh.
So I mean, as far as
Yeah.
modding goes, that stuff is important.
That's true.
you mean
Okay.
like the hardware as far as actually the hardware used to do the mods, not the hardware you're like as the puzzle you're starting.
All
from,
the above,
right?
actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so,
All right.
that was
so
a good discussion.
yeah. So
Next
from
question.
the meme lord, on average, how many solves do you do in a day? Oh boy, that's
Depends,
difficult.
like, I mean, all events total, I would say a couple hundred. Depends on the day, though.
Yeah.
Some days I'll do it.
I do more in the summer.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
But, like, some days it totally depends on the event, because some days I'll do, like, multiple hundreds of pyramid cells, and then, like, yesterday I probably spent the same amount of time cubing, but I only did, like, 50 or 60 feet cells instead.
That's true.
So,
Oh, true.
I don't know.
I mean, do
Depends on the day and
untimed
event.
do untimed solves count? Because I do a lot of just casual 3x3
I
solves
guess.
as I'm like
Yeah,
sitting around.
I do that too.
Well, I do
So-
way too little. Like this past year, I probably average around like 5 or 10 a day. Just they're all casual because I never sit down and actually solve anymore. Because you know,
When I do
I don't
sit
know,
down and solve, I'll
motivation or
usually
whatever.
do a decent amount in one session. Just like keep solving, but yeah.
So for me, I'm always like, when I'm cubing, I'm listening to a podcast. So however long the podcast is kind of determines how long I'm sitting there cubing. And most of the ones I listen to are like an hour, hour and a half long. So I'm just trying to think of like, guess that's like, let me do some math real quick to figure out how many one-handed solves that is.
This is way more accurate than any of our guesses.
I know.
But like YOH.
Because that's the only good event.
Ooh,
Ooh.
No.
take it.
It's
Not
gonna.
even
This
top
is gonna
10,
turn
man.
into DG versus Pavon, except now it's DG versus Andrew.
True.
I don't know how to do this math. This is hard.
3,600 seconds in an hour.
Like, okay, so I'm going to assume it takes me about 38 seconds for an average, like, solve, scramble, and inspection.
Okay.
All right.
So then 3,600 solves in an hour. So like what? Less.
Could you
like,
could you just round that to like 36 and then make it
maybe
easy for yourself?
95? Maybe like 95 solves.
Wait, no, that doesn't seem right.
I feel like you could finish
Well,
an average of
3,600
100
divided
and
by 38.
I feel like you could finish like an average of 100 in
All right, what would you say? 36
a
seconds?
podcast.
So
38 seconds.
38
3,600 divided by 38.
mhm.
But like
90,
I mean, you have to
95.
use-
I'd
Yeah,
say-
I got it. I
yeah,
got it.
But I most of the podcasts are a little longer than that, so I'd say it's probably around 120. But that's if I'm doing one-handed. Sometimes in that time I will do one solve because fewest moves.
Oh. Nice. Okay, so I
Alright.
guess we can move on to the
Yeah.
next question. This is just for you, Andrew. So they
Ooh,
said
alright.
for Colorful Pockets, from MA Cuber, by the way.
All right.
For Colorful Pockets, can you make a series like The Worst Judge Ever and do The Worst Competitor Ever? I feel like that would be
Okay,
very
so-
hilarious since competitors are more likely to break the WCA regs.
Yeah, so this is an idea that I've had for a while. I think at like sometime in 2014, 2015. I don't remember which. When did I make that first video? I don't even know. But anyway, Phil Yu, the cubicle guy.
The Cuban guy.
He contacted me. This was actually how I first started talking to him and how I like got sponsored by him and stuff. Because he was like, "Hey, are you going to Nats?" And I wasn't at that year. But he wanted to make like a world's worst competitor video with me there. But I couldn't, so that never happened. But it's still an idea. I would do at some point if like sort of more like comes to me as to how it would happen.
Yeah, that'd be
it-
really cool.
Those videos are pretty hard to make though because I have to have time at a competition in order to make them. And the competitions here in SoCal are always like they're so busy and like no one wants to stay longer or you can't get the venue for long
No,
enough.
that's kind of the same here, though. Like, no, Big Apple is probably one of the busiest comps I've been to in a while. Because I signed up for, like, almost every event. I had to drop a couple because I was, like,
Big
just
Apple.
running out of time. Yeah. I had no time for anything there.
That was
Big Apple,
Pretty bad.
I barely
Yeah.
competed in anything, and it still felt rushed to me.
Yeah. Like, they were calling heats that went, like, they were calling, like, Heat 7 for something when they weren't even
Yeah.
done with Heat 2. So, like, I don't know, it was...
Yeah, it
Yeah.
still felt rushed, even though I was only signed up for like 4 events or something, or like 3 events. Cause like
Yeah, I had
they called
10.
me for Pyraminx, and then it was like, oh no, never mind, we're on like Heat 6 and you're Heat 11. So I just
Yeah.
decided to have lunch, but then suddenly they were on Heat 11, and I was like, oh crap, I can't even finish my lunch.
Yeah. For me, they called me for FMC at the same time I had Pyrrha, and like Pyrrha's my main event, but I really wanted to do FMC, so like I had to go do Pyrrha, and then I did that, and I went to do FMC, and they were like, oh, you have to come back later or something, and I don't
Wait.
know, it was really weird.
Wait, they were calling you to do FMC? Like normally when you do FMC at a
Yeah.
comp, they'll do like everyone at the same time when there's
Well,
nothing else going. Like how does that work?
It was weird. I don't know.
There
I
was, like-
DNF'd.
there was like 4 different time slots for one round of FMC.
Oh really? That's
Yeah,
really weird.
It was very strange.
Yeah,
and,
we
like,
always
I was
have-
late for one of them or something, so I don't know. And they
That's
changed
okay.
up my heat for stuff.
Yeah, at SoCal comps they always have us like we'll usually try to do FMC at the very start of a competition, like before anyone else gets there. So you just show up early if you want to do FMC,
Oh,
which
that's
isn't
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it.
The organizers of Big Apple were too ambitious.
They were.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
many rounds.
Too many competitors and too many events.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. It was almost as big a comp as Slow and Steady, but it was only one day.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Slow and
That was
Steady.
tough.
Well, okay. Slow and Steady. The first day was pretty behind.
They were behind.
And
Second
then-
day we were ahead, and then pizza.
and then pizza. So
Okay, technically we were still behind from like the initial schedule.
yeah,
yeah,
true.
that's true. But I mean, we were ahead for what they planned later on for
Yeah,
that day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like even after.
Like
whole
the
pizza
second
thing,
day
we were
ran
still, like,
pretty
20
smoothly
minutes
until
ahead.
pizza. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this pizza incident.
Yeah. That
yeah,
was
it
pretty
was
tough.
it was
Somebody
really...
fill me in. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh
who
wait,
wants to
do we
fill
never
in?
we never filled Adam?
Wait, Adam,
in
I thought we
after?
told you.
Yeah, I thought we told you.
Pretty
Well, I
sure
mean,
I
have,
told you.
have you
about
talked
it.
about it on this podcast before?
No.
Then you totally should. It sounds like it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's true.
True,
Okay,
yeah.
I mean,
Not all of our viewers went to Slow and Steady.
yeah. I guess I can say it.
We can
I
all
don't
say
mind.
it.
I would like to.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I'll start, and then you guys can
Yeah,
continue whenever you want. So pretty much, on the first day, Keaton ordered pizza.
Oh,
And,
I
like,
remember.
That's okay,
I remember. Okay.
right? Yeah, you remember? Okay. Should we say it anyway?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
So Keaton ordered pizza, and it was okay. Like, just putting this out there, first of all, none of this is Keaton's fault. Keaton did everything he thought was okay to do. None
Yeah.
of this is his fault at all. So anyway, Keaton ordered pizza, and then they were like, "You can't have pizza here." So he was like, "Okay," and he moved
and
it
he-
somewhere else.
Wait, just to clarify, he brought it
yeah.
into the venue. Like he brought it into the room.
Yeah.
For the staff. Yeah.
for staff, yeah. And they said you can't have it here, so he said okay, and he complied with that. And then the second day, he ordered pizza, and the lady from the day before, he ordered pizza because somebody told him it was okay. Somebody at the front desk said it was okay. And then, like, the lady from the day before came back and told him, "You can't have pizza here, and I told you this." And then she tried to shut down the whole competition. So...
she was like
they actually started packing up the stack mats.
I know,
It was
yeah, it was
ridiculous.
crazy. And we're just like, are you kidding me? You're gonna shut down this entire competition over pizza? Like,
Yeah.
there was like 300 people here and you're just gonna shut the whole thing down?
It was the most ridiculous thing ever. They were like
Yeah.
totally crazy. But it ended up being fine. They didn't shut it down. The police showed up though.
Yeah. and they took, like, Keaton went with security and we're like, oh god, what if he comes back, like, beaten and bruised? Like,
Where's the
It was actually like really scary because like it's one of the biggest comps of the year,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
that was a huge thing, and then to shut it down over pizza.
And see,
like,
you weren't supposed to
Yeah.
have outside food in the venue. Like, the only food you could have was food from the food court, but the food court was closed.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Yeah.
they wanted to starve all the competitors. So, like, what happened
It-
was
it
my
was
mom got
so
Ava
dumb.
and I food, and I was like, I had to call her, and I was like, don't come in with the food, don't come in with the food. We're gonna go meet you outside, because we're gonna, like, freak the entire venue out or something. But, yeah.
It was so stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that was a tangent. How did that
Alright,
even happen?
so,
Alright,
from
next question.
Uncensored Cuber, question for all. In this podcast, you spoke about Cubers who you think are legends. Who do you think are YouTube Cuber pioneers / legends? And he lists Cubix and Throst, etc.
Bad Mephisto.
And I think those are two very good listings to start off.
Those are two good ones. I would say
Yeah.
they belong on the
Bad
list.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree
Bad
with
Mephisto.
that. Yeah.
I'd add Red KB to that list.
I would too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say as
And then
far
there's-
as early cubers, no matter what your opinion on them is, I mean, me, myself, and Pi did do
Yeah.
like a lot
Yeah.
YouTube wise.
That's
true.
Yeah, I would say him definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other early guys like Lance Blue Knight, Monkey Dude
Yeah,
1313.
I never
Oh, yeah,
watched
yeah,
them, but like
Um,
I know them a little.
Yeah, I've definitely
Yeah,
heard about
They're
them.
definitely, like, even though they don't do much anymore, they're definitely worth
Yeah.
adding to the list.
Yeah. Who else? LA Cuber had his like time where he was.
Yeah,
like,
he had
huge.
a big, like,
But was that
Yep.
a pioneer? It wasn't a pioneer.
yeah, was
No,
he like
no,
was
they're
he
saying,
super
like, pioneers
influential?
/
So-
legends. So I wouldn't put him
Is he
under
a legend?
Pioneer.
I mean,
I mean,
I would say JR is like pretty big for being.
I would say JR
yeah,
Cuber.
for
Yeah.
being like young
As a
and then
legend.
like having that many subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, DG Cubes is pretty good.
We have 5 YouTubers on this podcast.
That is true. We're all legends.
In that case, I can name 5 legends.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm trying to think of anybody else because I'm sure we're forgetting some people.
Oh, true.
As far
I mean, like-
as like cubing comedy videos, there's this guy ColorfulPockets. You know, he kind
Yeah.
of started that stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah. He's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him around.
Oh,
Alright.
you
At
know
your stamp competitions.
who's
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, can we talk about
Those
stamp
are the
legends?
days.
What?
Okay.
I can name a few. There's Darren Burtonson. You remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the guy to be back in the day.
Oh my
This is
god!
so weird.
I like the pun. You're like Darren Burton.
Well, I mean, I was like thinking of like Bob Burton or whatever that
Buffer.
Cuber is named, and
No, I'm still calling it. At the end of the podcast, this is gonna turn out to be some crazy elaborate pun.
What?
I wish. That sounds pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah, that would be pretty good, but
I mean, maybe I should start working on that. Like, what's a
Yeah.
good stamp collecting pun?
You should do that.
yeah.
All right, BRB, I'm just gonna like leave the podcast for an hour and
Yeah,
write
yeah,
this pun.
yeah. Come back at the end. Alright, who wants to take the
Okay,
question
so,
from Delta Cuber?
Alright, I'll do it.
Cool.
Delta Cuber asks, where did you get the name Colorful Pockets? How did you come up with the joke? This one.
What? I don't know what he meant. Yeah,
I don't
know
get
what he
it. I
meant
don't-
about the last thing.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what was the end of that?
How did you come up with the joke? This one.
that's what he wrote.
Oh.
What?
Isn't
well,
that
I
from one
came-
of your videos or something? It's like familiar,
Oh.
but I forget.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
I don't
one?
remember if that is. It might be.
Oh yeah.
entirely
Oh,
possible.
from the Q&As where you're like, what's your main? This one.
Oh.
What's your camera?
okay.
This one. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of straightforward, I
Yeah.
would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so-
I am curious about where you got the name
Oh
Colorful
yes, the
Pockets.
name it just came from like my friend Xavier back in the day.
Oh, I remember him.
Talked to him about
Best YOLO act.
yeah, the name for the channel should be, and he was like, "Well, you guys always have Rubik's cubes in your pockets, so colorful pockets." That's
That's
about
actually
it.
pretty cool.
Huh. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the name. It's
Yeah.
the only problem with it is that British people spell it wrong.
Oh. Alright.
Interesting.
Someone want to
So,
take
All right.
Jared's
I'll take
question?
Electrocuber ZZ
oh,
Jared.
okay.
Jared asks, for everybody, 1, do you think that if a cuber who wasn't sub 30 made a review, should their opinion on the cube be taken just as seriously as somebody who is sub 15 and reviews the same cube? So we'll start with that.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I think so. Like, if he or she gives, like, the review substance, you know, like, I don't think it exactly matters how fast you are. I think, honestly, it doesn't matter how fast you are. It's more of, like, your experience level.
Yes.
I
So,
was
like-
actually just gonna say
So,
that.
like, if you're
Yeah.
not sub 30, but you've been cubing for, like, 5 years, then I think you're qualified to make a review. But if you're, like, not sub 30 and you've been cubing for, like, half a month, then maybe not.
Yeah.
I have to disagree here. I think that because like if you're thinking about like something like a new 3x3, you want to
Mhm.
use that for speed cubing, right? And you want to know how
Oh,
it
true.
holds up at like really fast speeds.
Mm.
So like there's a big difference if you're doing like wrist turns on your cube.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
versus,
like.
like,
I think
complex
I think there
finger
is a
tricks.
limit, but I don't know. Maybe for like the not sub 30, I'm thinking around averaging like 32. That's still your speed cubing.
Yeah, I know. Like,
I
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but if they're a competent speed cuber, then their opinion should still
Yeah.
be taken, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
But then I guess it comes down to is not being sub 30 still being a competent speed cuber.
I
would
think so.
say so.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, if you're
if
not like,
averaging low 30s,
if you're
that
not
takes
like
some
sub
practice,
1,
you know?
then that might be on the edge of that. But I think by the time
Yeah.
you're reaching 30, it's
I think
yeah.
I think if you know how to execute some sort of method, and like know notation and basics like that, then you're competent at speed cubing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking back to like myself when I wasn't sub 30, and I'd been cubing for a while, but I definitely like never did the same. I didn't do the same things that I would do now, like especially like using the D layer, for example.
yeah. I mean, in terms
if
of
you gave me a cube
efficiency,
back-
definitely different. It's different,
But also it's just like my turning style is very different
Yeah.
because I never
Oh.
use. I barely use
see.
the middle layer for anything.
Mhm.
I barely use the D layer for anything.
Oh.
So all the finger tricks to do with that, I would have no idea about how a cube performs. Whereas
Yeah.
now I'm like, whenever I want to try out a cube, I do like E perms so that I can feel how the D turns are on it. I do like
Yeah.
Okay.
really
I
fast
see what
Z
you mean.
perms, things like that.
I guess it depends on the
So-
situation.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
I sort of feel like without the variety in your solves of using more complex techniques, I don't think you'll have the experience to know sort of what to look for in a good cube.
There are other situations too. So let's say you're like you're like an owner of a cube store, right? And
Mhm.
you may have plenty years of experience with cubing, but you may not specifically be a great speed cuber. And I still think that you would be able to make a review that should be, taken seriously.
Yeah.
But that's rarer than something that
Yeah.
like Andrew was saying. So, okay, just for a moment, just so I don't want to get too off track, but I wanted to make a comment because this is something I noticed recently. People just assume that reviews should come out when a cube comes out. Like maybe a week or two after a cube comes out.
True.
I remember I've seen this because I posted a GANS 357 video like 1 or 2 years after the GANS 357 came out, and people were like, "You're a little bit late," and I was like, "Well, this is a review of a cube. It doesn't have to necessarily come out
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
cube comes out, So I just wanted to
Yeah.
mention that, but let's move on.
I agree with you on that. Like, because people are always going to be wondering about that cube, so it's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
good to have recent reviews. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would say that even like your opinion's probably more like accurate after a few years because
Yeah.
then it's like at first there's always that like hype cycle
Yes.
where it's like, oh, this is the best cube ever, and then it's like, oh, this is
True,
like the worst
true.
cube ever,
Mhm.
and then like you can actually reach something that might be more accurate after a long time.
I'm still working on my GTS review actually. So
Mhm.
anyway,
All right.
I'm-
Question
yeah.
2 from Jared.
From, Electric Cuber's easy.
Have you ever raged out on someone at a competition, i.e. them talking to you during your solves, or you caught them trying to steal your stuff?
Not really.
I don't think
wanted
I've-
to sometimes.
True,
No.
true, yeah.
Not rage, but I've gotten like annoyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've gotten annoyed plenty of times, but not. I wouldn't go full rage mode or anything. That's a little extreme. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can't think of any time in particular.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the next question that he asked, the last one he asked, is for Allison and Ava. Does anyone still legitimately confuse you guys for one another? People still legitimately confuse me with Ken.
Yeah. They still legitimately confuse us.
What?
Yeah.
They actually
serious?
It's legitimate.
Like who?
Yeah. I had someone like come up and ask me seriously, "Are you #Cuber?" At like Slow and Steady or something, and I was like, "No, she's over there."
No, I'm just this other channel.
I mean, I still confuse you. I also confuse both of you in DG, so
Oh,
yeah. You guys look really similar.
I would confuse DG and Adam. I mean,
Really?
What?
Wow.
it's a pretty big difference.
What? No, it's
He's
not.
like a foot taller than me.
It was a joke.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, Jared and Ken though. Yeah, they always get confused for each other. That's kind of sad. All right.
Pavon and Jabari got confused for each other once.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I heard
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, he said like at some comp, somebody didn't want to like pronounce his name or whatever, and they had his score sheet and they were calling him over to a table, and then he sat down and the sheet said Jabari Narudin. Okay, so I guess next question.
Oh, Oh, can I just say
Yeah.
something?
Sure.
Like, about YouTube comments, about saying, like, jokes about Allison and Ava, I can't tell who's joking and who's
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Now I can't even tell anymore. Now I'm just like, I think
Yeah.
what happened was Damien's kind of started that too, because he had a video
Yeah.
like in the Q&A where he flipped it on purpose as a joke, and then it was like no one could tell if he was joking, and then now people are confused, and
No,
some
but I
people
thought
are
he
going
was
along with the
serious
joke.
at one point.
He was
No,
serious
the
at
thing
Nats.
at Nats, he
yeah.
called me,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
called me Allison.
But then in the video, like, he was jokingly saying,
I asked the question, and then he called me Allison.
yeah, he was like, very
That's
funny, Allison. Like,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
Oh.
I slightly remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Next question.
Next question.
Okay. Anyone can ask it. I don't care.
Alright. Ethan Loy, from Ethan Loy. Do you think Megaminx will become a bigger event as Squad did? After all, many new Megaminxes are being released. I don't think it's gonna boom like Squad did. You know, like how Squad,
Yeah,
as
me
soon as
neither.
the Chi released, it was like crazy. Because there were like good Megaminxes, but yeah, they're coming out with more and more Megaminxes, and I think it's gonna get bigger, but it's not gonna be such a huge difference like Squad was.
I think part of it might have to do with
Yeah.
people's attention spans, because Megaminx
Yeah.
is a long.
I was just gonna
event.
say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, there's no way you can solve a Megaminx in like 13 seconds after a little bit of practice.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We all good
This
with
next
that one?
one is from the Cubing Squad, who said, "For Andrew, does vlogging in public feel awkward?"
Well, it kind of depends on the situation, but in general, no, I'm pretty used to it.
Huh. I'm
Like,
so awkward. with
Especially,
Yeah.
I mean, it sort of depends. Like, it was more awkward when I was using my phone for it, because I don't know why, but like when I'm carrying around like a big camera with like the microphone and everything, it looks so cool that everyone's like, I just assume everyone thinks I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like this guy's
So-
this guy's a professional.
True.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so awkward. I'm not sure if you saw my most recent Q&A, where I had to go to the store and buy a mango because of Keaton. So, I felt so awkward recording that. Like, there was a ShopRite guy right near there when I was about to record it, and I was like hiding behind my mom because I was like so scared to go record with the ShopRite guy there.
I even start feeling weird when I first start filming at a competition. Like when I'm filming the entrance and people are like staring
Oh,
at
really?
me with the camera, I feel, or like
Huh.
say I'm filming in the area where the parents are sitting, all the parents are looking at me like, what
Oh,
in the
yeah.
world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, I
Wait.
guess.
Andrew, do people come up and talk to you when they see the camera?
Like just out in real life normally.
Yeah, like, do they ask you about it or something?
Not very often. People very rarely talk to me about it.
Yeah, I think it was Nationals 2014, my first competition, where I was like, I don't remember for sure. I don't know if I was even making videos back then. I don't think I was. But anyway, it was at a certain competition where I was like, oh, I should vlog this. And then I like took out my camera and I was about to hit record and I was like, yeah, no. I just can't, I can't do it. I don't know why. But.
Nice.
All right. Yoshimura Roy Lee.
Roy Lee.
Yeah.
Yay. He says he was on every episode except the very first one in this comment, so.
Well, now he's keeping up
Well,
the streak.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, so he said to everybody, if you were to host a competition, if you haven't already, what events would you have and what would be the name of the competition?
you wizard. That's all we're gonna say for that.
Yeah.
We're moving
Yeah.
on. We're moving on.
Yeah. So.
Can I also say something?
So yeah,
It's sort of irrelevant, but I just figured out a few weeks ago that Roy Lee's mom babysitted my sister.
What?
What?
Like, a few years ago. No, not a few years ago. Like, 10 years ago or something.
What? That is crazy.
Okay, so from someone whose name I don't know if anyone wants to attempt.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna read it like it's English letters. Oyavwa Kapwavin. That is not how you pronounce it.
I'm
but
pretty
check
sure
the
that's
show
not how you
notes.
pronounce it. Yeah, check the show notes for whoever
That
submitted
is
the
not
question.
English, though.
For Andrew, do you want to become a comedian?
aren't I already? I mean,
Oh.
no. I mean, Like a stand-up comedian?
I guess he means,
mean-
I don't know, some kind of profession in the comedy area.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being able to do something with comedy and whatever my profession ends up being, but also I like to do like directing and stuff, so that's sort of the direction I want to go with my professional life is like something to do with like film, directing,
Yeah.
producing, that kind of thing, more behind the scenes, but I also wouldn't mind doing something like more sketch comedy. I'm going to keep doing my YouTube channel, of course, so.
Yeah. Okay, can I ask this next one? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it's very appropriate that I ask it. Okay, so from JMP Cool Cuber, who now I really like because of this question, to Andrew, what do you like about one hand that's not in two-handed? After all, OH is only half as fun.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, I'll tell you what I like about one-handed that's not in two-handed. For one thing, it just is better.
Ooh.
Dang.
I mean, okay, like, real answer, I feel like one-handed you have to have smarter solutions in order to get fast.
True.
Because you have a restricted turn set, so your solutions, you sort of have to adapt to that. To some extent. I'm not saying this is entirely true. Like, obviously, the like really good two-handed solvers also use really smart solutions. But for one-handed, it's just a sort of different way of thinking. Like, that's why I use ZZ, because the RUL
Yeah.
like moveset is so good for one-handed, and I really like that. And I like having to try to be efficient, learning lots of algs and stuff that can save you a ton of time in one-handed. And then I guess also I find that it's sort of easier to turn. I don't know, that's probably just because I have way more experience with it, but like just having fewer fingers on the puzzle at one time for me sort of makes it like a more controlled turning experience. The reason I sort of started to getting into it was because I realized I was okay at it, and like barely anyone in SoCal was very good at it. There are a few people like Neil Morales, Weston Mizumoto, is that his name?
Yeah.
Is he a SoCal guy? I don't know. I've seen him at a few comps. But I haven't seen, they don't do that much anymore. Now it's all about some other people. Not me. But yeah, so like back when I first started getting into it, there weren't that many people who were super good at it, and I realized that I was okay at it. So that was part of it.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I never really thought of it that way, but yeah, that's definitely interesting. Okay. Last question. This one's interesting.
Yeah.
From Cameron McKee. Okay. So Erno Rubik has 4 children. At least one of them must have had a child that would be about the same age as us now. So do you think that they would speed cube, and do you think that they kept the surname Rubik?
That would be cool.
I
Yeah,
feel
that'd
like
be
you
pretty
could
awesome.
look that up.
Yeah.
I actually
That's
tried
true.
and I couldn't find it. Yeah.
That's interesting though.
Idea, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is
Any-
it really
any-
big
That'd be so
in,
cool.
Any
in
Hungarian
Hungary?
cubers that can confirm that?
Yeah. And we don't even know if they're still in Hungary. Probably, but
Oh, true.
No, well, I mean, Erno is, but
Yeah.
I don't know about his
His
family.
yeah,
children,
that's what,
yeah.
that's what I was saying. I mean, yeah, down. What is that? Like Eastern Europe? I don't know how popular cubing is over there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And we've proven that we're not very good at estimating how good cubing is in certain areas already.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry, Greece.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
So, that's it for the Q&A. So, at the end of the episode, you'll be hearing who we will have on next, and you can leave comments for them down below, or the lack of a person who will be on. You'll see. So,
Wow, Adam, so discreet.
all right. So now we're going into everybody's favorite game. That's not cubing in the news. Who did what?
Yeah. Yeah. There's the link, Andrew. So,
Got it.
Alright, so who did what?
so the way this game works, Adam, I guess you can explain
Sure.
because you're our host this episode.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Who Did What is a game in which the 4 of us, being Ava, Allison, me, and DG, put down a situation that's either funny or embarrassing, doesn't have to be related to cubing, and Andrew, our guest for this episode, has to figure
Mhm.
out who did what. So let's get started. So Andrew, you can read through everything first, then give us your picks.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Where is this?
It's on the
Oh,
second
here we
page,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
No, you're supposed to read them out loud.
Yeah.
I knew that. So we got the first thing. When I was new to YouTube, I stalked Game Explain's channel during E3 2013 because I knew they were uploading videos every couple minutes and I wanted to be first. I thought being first was some sort of prestigious thing that actually meant something, and when I got it, I felt so proud. Then I got like 5 or so hate comments, and I got really sad and deleted the comment out of embarrassment. Alright, that's the first one. Should I read them all, or just
Yeah,
one at a
yeah,
time
read
and
them
then
all.
guess?
Yes.
Alright, the next one. At US Nationals 2014, I was going up to compete in Skewb Round 1. Right before I put my godly landline Skewb down at the scrambling table, I did a few turns and dropped it. The core snapped and pieces flew everywhere. I had to use a friend's crappy landline. Alright, the next one. At US Nationals 2014, Brandon Huang went up to Kevin Costello III to get his signature, and I recognized him but had no idea what his name was, so I just stood there awkwardly, pretending I knew who he was. And finally, I used to go to camp on a bus. As per usual with buses, the older kids sat in the back while younger people like me were squished together like sardines in the front. One day while we were going to camp, I heard kids at the back of the bus yell, "Waffle fight!" They then proceeded to open their backpacks, take out stacks upon stacks of frozen waffles, and start pelting each other with them. To this day, I know someone who was on that bus with me. They say nothing like that ever happened, and my story must have been a dream. I still stand strong with my stance that this waffle fight was real.
Okay, so now you have to figure out who did what.
Yay.
Okay. Alright. The last one, the waffle one, that sounds to me like... I don't know. For some reason, I'm just getting sort of an Adam vibe from that. Not 100% sure, but that's what I'm going with there. The first one, Game Explain. I have no idea, honestly, but I'm gonna go with DG for that because DG at E3 sounds interesting.
Good reasoning. I like it.
So that would put
Yeah.
Allison and Ava for the second one and third one. And let's see, who does Skewb? I don't even know. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Ava did the Skewb thing, and Allison did the Kevin Costello III Brandon Huang thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first 100%.
Oh,
Yay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a genius.
Good job, good job.
Yeah.
Got 'em
That
all.
was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to elaborate on their stories, they can.
Yeah,
I don't
that
really
sounds
have anything else to
interesting.
say, but like,
The waffle
I mean,
fight was
everybody
real.
does.
It was a real thing. I swear.
Alright.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah, I
elaboration.
remember when Ava came running up from the competitor area to where we were, and she was like, "I need a Skewb, guys."
oh man, I don't actually remember that. Was I there for that part of the day?
I don't know, but maybe you were
I
doing.
remember
Skewb.
Brandon needed a 5x5.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember
that's
that.
When, that's when I had to like run upstairs and grab someone's 5x5 for Brandon.
Yeah, you grabbed mine.
Oh, I
I
did.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I don't remember Ava's Skewb story.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
like had no idea who Kevin Costello III was for some reason.
Oh,
I
poor
know who
Kevin.
he is now, obviously, but I had like no idea who he is. So when Brandon went to get his signature, I was like, wait a second, I don't know who he is. I was like, I think I saw him at Princeton, and I knew he was fast, but I was like, I don't know what his name is, or like.
You know what I want to try? I want to... You gave me this idea. I want to get a cube with a Sharpie and just go around to random people and ask for their signatures at competition and see how they react.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Please do that. That would be fun.
You have to like freak out
Okay.
and fangirl too. He's like, "Oh my god, can you sign my cube?"
Just be like, oh my god, what's your name again? And then they're like, oh, it's Jim. Oh, are you actually the real Jim? Okay.
Alright.
That was fun. Okay, so now it's time to do cubing in the news, right?
Yay.
Awesome. This is my favorite thing ever. So I guess I can, or Adam, you can introduce it because you're the host.
Okay.
So explain what it is if they don't know.
Now it's time for everybody's second favorite event, because who did what is better? It's cubing in the news. Okay, I'm seriously though. Time for cubing in the news, which I'm sure you all, if you've watched the podcast before, know exactly what this is because it's very
Watch the
entertaining.
podcast?
Listen to the whatever. Listen to the podcast.
He means
before.
like watching you guys recording the podcast.
Oh, gotcha.
I hide in your houses
Yes.
just so that I can watch
In all of them?
all of your houses at the same time.
Yeah, so basically we are, either us or the viewers find a very funny sort of article about cubing written by somebody who has no idea what cubing is, and we read it and critique it. So let's say that, critique it. Make fun of it, really.
So,
let's get into it.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one is titled Fast Hands on Display at Rubik's Cube Tournament.
Oh, also a note, if you're interested...
Andrew, I guess. Yeah.
Also a note, if you're interested in reading this, you can take a look at the show notes at the bottom of the page, and you'll find the link.
Oh yeah, I already found it.
Yeah. Okay, just saying, Andrew, I think we can all agree your reading is pretty entertaining, and this is a short article, so if you want to do the whole thing, you're welcome to.
All right.
Okay.
So as he said, fast hands on display at Rubik's Cube Tournament. Okay. Wait, are we gonna like critique it as we go? Can I like break in to say things as we're reading?
I guess
Yeah.
if you want. Usually we wait for the end to do that, but like
Yeah,
if you
go
want
ahead,
to, it
whatever
doesn't
you
really
want.
matter.
It's fine.
Okay, I didn't have anything in particular. I just
Yeah.
was anticipating.
Yeah.
And then you've got looks like a video there.
I'm not gonna watch the video in the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm just laying out, giving them the
okay.
feel, the lay of the land.
Okay, cool.
There's a video there. Got a nice thumbnail of some kid. I don't know if that's someone who I should know who it is, but I don't.
It's Kevin Costello.
Holding up his holding up his index finger, and then there's what appears to be a judge with his hand on a cube cover, with one of those cubicle cube cover things that says "Good luck." The 2016 Queen City Rubik's Cube Tournament held in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, featured about 85 puzzle solvers and several professionals. The Inquirer / Pat Brennan. That was the caption for this picture, or video, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, I'll actually start reading now. The distinct chattering and clicking sounds that accompany Rubik's Cubes in action filled an entire northern Kentucky ballroom Saturday. Puzzle solvers went about solving the various handheld puzzles, and in doing so provided the soundtrack to the 2016 Queen City Rubik's Cube Tournament at the Highlander Event Center at 90 Alexandria Pike in Fort Thomas, Kentucky. That was a lot of names in one sentence, just saying. The noises emanated not just from the classic, multicolored 3x3 cube so many struggled to solve as children, but also from 2x2 cubes, a smaller take on the classic. But there were more intimidating versions of the Rubik's Cubes.
Note it says version of the Rubik's
Oh,
Cubes.
wow, I corrected that in my brain. There were more intimidating version of the Rubik's Cubes. Some appeared to more closely resemble jagged rocks. There were also Rubik's pyramids, and 5x5 and 7x7 cubes, and so on. About 200 attended, and 84 competed. Some of the competitors are considered professionals, said event organizer Jonathan Nurs. Nurs, 19, of Hebron, Kentucky, said that about 90% of the competitors hailed from the greater Cincinnati. Hailed from greater Cincinnati, but some traveled as far as Canada to compete. The tournament lasted from about 9 a.m. through 4 p.m., with championships claimed for a variety of puzzles. Tournament championships were contested for multiple handheld puzzles, including the 2x2, a smaller version of the classic 3x3 Rubik's Cube many are familiar with, the Rubik's Pyramid, and 3x3 Cube. That last sentence was not
That
redundant
was-
at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So often with these articles,
The Rubik's Pyramid.
often with these articles, yeah, there are inconsistencies as far as cubing knowledge, but beyond that, the writing is just bad. It's like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, they called it the Rubik's Pyramid twice.
Yep.
Like, they're just making that up at this point.
Oh no.
I just like they have like really similar sentences. They have the noises emanated not just from the classic multicolored 3x3 cube so many struggled to solve as children, but also from the 2x2 cubes, a smaller take on the classic. And then the
Yeah.
last sentence is like almost identical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the 2x2. A smaller version of the classic 3x3 Rubik's Cube many are familiar with. Oh, wow, you didn't tell us that yet.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's like, wait, can you
Yeah.
remind me one more time? What's a 2x2?
Yeah, I'm too lazy to move my eyes up the page a little bit. you know?
Yeah.
It would hurt.
I have short-term memory loss. I'm Dory.
Yeah, and like it's pretty straightforward what that would be anyway. I don't
Yeah.
think they even needed to explain it once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's not the worst one we've had so far, but like it was pretty bad in my opinion.
Yeah, the
They
writing
could've
was
done
just
quite a bit
really
better.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it.
So that's cubing in the news.
Yeah, that's it for
I'm
cubing.
kind of
news.
wondering what their definition of a professional cuber
Yeah,
is.
yeah, that also.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
what-
like I don't
yeah,
mean to
like,
brag, but
Some
I'm a
are puzzle
professional.
solvers, but some are professionals.
Yeah. I mean like Anthony Brooks and then like who
Mhm.
else?
I think Anthony Brooks is really like the one person who can.
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
considered a
define
professional.
cubing
Oh,
professional.
Stephen Brundage. Stephen Brundage.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, true.
I mean, I feel like there are others, like, I don't know exactly about, but like with sponsorships and things, there's some cubers
Yeah.
who can, I think,
That's
make
like
money off of it. I don't,
cubing
know, I don't
for
really,
money.
I don't really know exactly, but I feel like Felix gets some income from it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean like anybody who has a YouTube channel and cubes pretty much gets some income from
And
it, but
like
And
cube
monetizes.
store owners.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like define professional because that's
Yeah.
sort of like I don't
Like,
know.
what-
Nobody really calls them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So definitely lots of things wrong with that one. Anyway, so if any of
Yeah.
you guys have any suggestions for articles that you want us to cover, you can leave them down below in the comment section.
That would be much appreciated because I'm having trouble finding them. So
Yeah.
some more would
We're
be
starting
very,
to run
very
out of the
helpful.
good ones.
Yeah, I mean, or if you work for a news
big,
company.
something big needs to happen so that like a bunch of articles will be made about it again.
Yeah. No, if you work for a news company, maybe write an article about cubing and make it really bad.
Why would they do that? All right.
Or we
Nah,
could
I don't know.
we could start a letter writing campaign and have all of your listeners just send letters to news articles telling them about some
Yeah.
big news in cubing, and then
Yeah.
just make it up completely and then see if they write
They
an article
would.
about
Yes,
That would be fun.
I know
yes.
how you could. I know you and Allison could help out with this. They need stamps to put on those
Yeah.
letters.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
We can find all the rare ones for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So
We never told you how one of those competitions runs though. It's pretty cool actually.
Is this wait? Okay. Quick question. This is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to
Yeah.
where?
That was in Vegas, right?
Yeah. I think
You went
yeah.
to Vegas for a stamp competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the national one.
Yeah, yeah.
We were, like I said, we were both kind of like at the top of our age groups.
Wow. How does
Yeah.
that work? How do the competitions work?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. You can explain.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're basically given 10 minutes and 750 stamps, just like all sorts of stamps,
Yeah.
in like a big pile. And in those 10 minutes, you have to try to find the 10 rarest stamps in the pile.
Hey, stop laughing.
Wait. Adam.
Stop laughing. Is Adam
What-
okay? I don't understand
Adam's just
what
dying
you find
over
so
there.
funny. He's like
Adam's just gone.
Adam's just gone. He's like not even in frame anymore.
Okay, wait. So it's not actually based on your personal stamp collections. It's based on more stamp
yeah,
knowledge.
you
Yeah,
have to-
it's
you have to
it's
have-
more about
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's
fair
more
enough.
about knowing how to identify rare stamps.
So did you actually collect stamps as well though, or did you
I
just
mean,
like
to
research?
some
Yeah.
extent, I have my school had like a pretty good collection, so I kind of used that to practice.
Yeah, I mean you have to collect to practice, yeah, so
Huh. That's so, like, I did not know that at all.
Yeah, I can't believe we didn't
Yeah.
realize that, like,
I
we
know,
were the
like
same
you're the
people
same
until...
person. That's pretty crazy.
So
we both
wait,
ended up
so you had a
puberty, too.
team. How does that work?
Oh yeah, well for
Yeah,
the
I
team
mean-
one, it was like I said, it was an unofficial competition that we just did after
Yeah.
we both lost, and
Oh.
basically it was just like two people would both try to find the 10 rarest
yeah.
stamps out of
It's
750.
just the team effort
Wow.
at that point, yeah.
Dang. That's cool. So, how did you get into that? This is like,
I don't honestly don't remember. I mean,
huh.
So
I don't know.
for me, it was because my school had this like stamp collection.
I mean,
And
there's probably something involving
there's,
my
like-
school or something too, but yeah, I don't really remember. It's been a while.
Huh. Dang. I'm still waiting for the April Fools.
I
April
actually
Fools,
found
it's
I
like-
actually found a
it's
PDF.
July.
I actually found a 12-page PDF which said, "Welcome to the world of stamp exhibiting," and it outlines everything about stamp collecting and how to make an exhibit and types of stamps and stuff.
Oh, okay. Wait. What was the like organization called that ran the national competition?
The Philately Club of America, I think.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
PHILATELY. Adam keeps laughing, I get. Adam's laugh is so contagious. Like, Adam's not even framed.
no,
He's laughed himself out of frame.
Okay, wait.
No,
What year was this?
Wait, no, I think I was
2010.
getting confused by your Friedrich Club of America thing. It was the America
Oh.
Philatelic Society.
Oh, I found it.
Oh.
Okay. Services support the hobby. Events, show calendar. No. National shows. 2010 exhibition winners. Let's find out.
No, we lost, remember?
No,
Yeah.
but what did you get? Did you get like second or something?
No, I'm pretty sure,
I
like,
think
it was
we were,
a bad
We were
loss.
both eliminated. Like, we were literally both eliminated in the first round,
Yeah.
which is why we had time for that unofficial competition.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking for you on here. Do you know Robert R. Henack?
I think I recognize the name.
He got silver for, and it says first day covers of the Prevent Drug Abuse stamp. Huh.
Huh.
How about Ralph H. Nafziger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That one's definitely
definitely
familiar.
3C 1948 Oregon Territory issue. This is cool. Okay. So congratulations on your loss.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess Adam, I guess you can finish this off by revealing the guests or lack thereof.
Gee, I wonder if there's going to be guests.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, it kind of is, but you know.
All right, so that's about it for this episode of the Dlsone podcast. Now it's time to reveal our next guest, and as I was saying before, we really don't have a next guest because the next episode is the 10th episode, which means we've been doing this for 10 months.
Yay!
Yep. So we're gonna have a host party
Reunion.
I don't know.
A host party!
I don't know. So yeah.
Although, mention who we are
Yes,
going to have on as well
we're gonna
with
bring
us.
on Derpy Cuber again.
Yes. Who we're technically not calling him a guest because technically he is a host who's going to be on the podcast
Technically,
whenever
he's
one
our
of the other
friend,
hosts can't
but
make
not
it.
really.
Yeah. So I mean, technically he's been a host for the last couple months. It's just that people have been able to make the last episode, so it hasn't really.
Yeah, he's our backup
necessary.
host. So.
But yeah, so he's gonna be on, and we're gonna talk about that sort of stuff. Leave questions for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, we want questions.
Yay.
Yeah.
And we'll find
Host
fun
party.
stuff to do, like different events.
That's got to be the title of the next episode. We already have the next episode's
No.
title.
This episode's
party.
title is American Philactic, or how do you say it?
Gladly.
Philactic.
I read it quickly. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Philactic.
The Intergalactic Tournament.
Whatever, society.
Oh man. American Philactic Society. That's it.
Philactic.
We have to spell it wrong in the title. They've got a pretty nice website, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, yeah. Anyway, Adam, I guess you can do our outro, right?
Anyway, that's about it for this episode. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below, and that would be much appreciated. Like, share this video, and follow us on social media in order to be awesome, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Okay, bye.
Also, side note, I just got Sharpie on my toe.
Okay.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Is that not normal?
I was like, there was a Sharpie on the ground, and I was opening it with my feet for fun, and then like it just got all over my toe, and so.
There's no need to explain. It happens to everyone.